In April of 1935, a funding bill was passed, and then in May 6th, there was an executive order to start putting people to work. In 1935, oh my gosh, this is the cover of this book, which you might want to pass around. Workers did murals like the cover of this book. It's still in the UAW Local 174. In 1935, WPA workers dismantled the light. This is in Detroit. These are the pictures in Detroit. People from our community could be hired to dismantle blighted houses, fix up the houses that are possible. These are some of the houses that Marguerite and I saw when we were driving around. And you see them too because they're in your neighborhood, just like they're in mine. The WPA constructed and renovated. Vital Elementary School, that's one of the schools slated to be closed, was renovated by the WPA. Western High School on Scotton was built by the Public Works Administration that was, like a large construction program. Infrastructure. Sewers. The sewer under Grand River at Homer. These workers were building that sewer system. They were WPA workers. Over here on Grand River, there was work being done there. Paving. There are streets and sidewalks in this city and all across the country. As a matter of fact, that's from my brother's neighborhood in Tucson that have the WPA stamp in it. They're good, solid construction, and they still exist today. 1935 was 6 years after the stock market crashed in 1929. What happened in those 6 years? There was unemployment and foreclosures. The city of Detroit supplied apples or firewood to the unemployed to sell on the street corners, and banks failed. But something else happened too. On March 6, 1930, an International Unemployment Day drew out thousands and thousands of people in cities across the country. On March 7, 1932, unemployed workers marched on the Ford Rouge plant, demanding jobs or income. Many were shot and 5 were killed. In June 1932, World War I veterans marched on Washington asking for the bonus that had been promised to them after the war. In winter of 1932, the unemployed councils demonstrated in Detroit and other cities. This is a Detroit demonstration. The unemployed councils blocked evictions and utility shutoffs. I just read something that in Pittsburgh there was a public utility that was coming to shut off the electricity to an apartment building. 40 people from the community took over that truck and wouldn't let them shut it off. They moved people in. They stopped auctions of farms, homes, and personal possessions. They built solidarity, trust, and confidence, and they fought racism and built unity between whites and African Americans. And they organized and they fought. In 1934, there were 3 general strikes in Toledo, in Minneapolis, and San Francisco. When workers faced repression by the bosses, unions and communities stopped all commerce. You can't make a profit if we don't work, if we stop it. The union permitted services that were needed by the workers. They said, okay, we'll let the hospitals be open. We'll allow coal shipments come in. We'll do this. But stop everything else, and the workers won. It wasn't that easy. This is a very abbreviated. I'm not going to show this film. It's 10 minutes. It was made in 1937. It's about the role of African American workers in the WPA. If anybody wants the link to it, I can provide it to you. But like I said, it was made in 1937 and it's 10 minutes long. So I don't.
Why don't you show it?
Okay, well maybe we can show it next week or next month.
Next month. Yeah, maybe we're planning on having like a public meeting next month. Maybe we can show the film. We'll have time to show it at that time.
But anyway, that's on May 8th, Saturday, May 8th. We'd originally said April 10th, but now it's May 8th. People from all across the country are going to Washington to say, we need jobs. There are 30 million people unemployed in this country. There is no reason that we should just have a trickle-down jobs program. We need a real, immediate public works project. We need it now. There's lots of work to do. There's people who need to work. We need to revitalize our communities, save our homes, save our schools, and do it by putting everybody back to work.